crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Baltimore Ravens and the Minnesota Vikings. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line.
Let's go. 50-60 outlaw. Check 55 to Mike. Let's make these babies cry all the way back home, yo.
Now the first carry for Dalvin Cook. And right away they're going to stack him up right at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the game's first play. And it's second down now. Well, they had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10. Now Hundley. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Tyus Bowser coming in hard there on the blitz, and he gets him 7 yards behind the line of scrimmage. And I don't think this is the script they had in mind for their opening drive. This is 3rd and long. Throwing, Hundley. He's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a first down. They say he was out of bounds, so a big call there. That brings up 4th.
It's now 4th down.
So on 4th down, here's Ryan Quigley now to kick this one away. He punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. This is taken at the 23. A nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And the Ravens, they'll take over. Baltimore position as they come up 1st and 10. From the gun, Jackson. And he will find his man on the outside. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. It's a pickup of 11 and a Baltimore first down.
Here we go. 7 to Andrew. 3. You, yup. 0-0, Mike 3. Stay with your man. Ball shot. Mike 3. Combo. I got him. Hey, switch gears.
On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
Brandon, I think we can see early on they're making a concerted effort to get him the football. So to me, that means they like the matchup that they have. They feel like he's better than the guys that are covering him.
2 plays, 2 passes. We'll see if they go back to that one. Now a throw left sideline here is complete.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. To throw again is Jackson. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And this is caught. Touchdown, Baltimore. Miles Boykin, his first touchdown on the year, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Tucker with the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. That's fielded in the end zone. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And on the first drive, 3 and out. And I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. typically what I've heard from guys and what I remember from...
Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked by Tarvarius Moore. Unfortunately for him, if last week was any indication, we knew a pick was coming at some point. Last week it was interception after interception, and here we go again.
We actually quit counting last week at a certain point because I thought I was going to run out of fingers, all right, because I'm not all that skilled as a mathematician. But you're right. It felt like a matter of time, and you got to think the guys on defense, they couldn't wait for this opportunity after what they saw on tape.
Watch safety creep. Watch safety creep.
After the interception, here's Jackson. He'll rifle this one deep right side. This is caught inside the 15. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Matt Breida, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Ravens are able to show off their quick strike ability. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and that'll make the score 14-0. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20.
The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board.
I got 11. I got 11.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Hundley setting up the screen for Cook. And he got blown up on that play. Back at the 20. The 2nd down play results in a loss of 2 yards.
Time to give a little credit here. That was an excellent read by the guys on the defensive side of the ball.
Well, you're crediting your defense.
Got to credit them on that one because they tried to fool them, right? Tried to trick them, ran a screen, and they went to it and smothered it for a loss of yardage.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect. And this passing game's whole offense really didn't show up in the loss last week, and it hasn't started all that great here either.
Yeah, and they can't let that incompletion become an uh-oh moment. Like, oh boy, here we go again, just like last week. Each game is its own entity, treated as such.
Pulled in at the 24. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And last time the formula was pretty simple. 1-play drive, long pass. That maybe they just want to do that again, right?
And that's exactly how you want to draw things up. Whether it's on your grease board, right, in your playbook, 1-play drive's exactly what you want on offense. What they have to be careful of is not having a letdown. It was really easy last time. They can't expect that going forward.
And we'll see if it's that easy here. Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete. Got out of the pocket. Didn't look like he had anybody open, Charles, so just gets rid of it.
And a good play by him. If no one's open and you don't have a running lane that you want to take, make the right choice. Get rid of it. Live to fight another down.
Again on 2nd and 10, it's Jackson. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10.
Get ready. Whip.
From the gun, it's Jackson. Throwing right, and that's complete.
Jackson's pass
His fourth catch already in this first quarter. It's a first down.
19 yards. First down, Raiders.
Rush in. Rush in. Kill. Quick the edge. Come.
Throwing now, Jackson on first down. Going right side here, and that's complete. That is now 19-yard gains on back-to-back plays. He's a reigning AFC Offensive Player of the Week, and defensively, they have to find an answer for him.
And that's what you would do if you were calling plays, right?
Yeah,
you'd make sure that he gets targeted. But the thing about it is the route running. That's what makes him so dangerous, is because no matter what is presented defensively, he runs his route with such skill that he's able to go up and get the football first in each and every situation.
Looking to throw again on second down. Jackson to the goal line, but it's incomplete. That is the first time that they've targeted him that he has not come down with a catch.
He's caught everything that's been thrown his way, a dominant pass receiver that can break down any defense, because when he's doing that kind of work, it really hurts you on the back end.
And even though it's an incompletion there, I think they're going back to that well. So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. He can run for it, and he will. And he's got the first down as he gets it to the 8. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. This defense porous so far in this first quarter. They face another 1st and goal. Jackson from the shotgun, escaping the pressure right. Got a man, it's caught for a Ravens touchdown. Matt Breida with his 2nd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year as the Ravens push further out in front. Tucker with the extra point, and that makes the score 21-0. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. That'll be taken in the end zone. And this return net's positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
On 2nd and 15 now. Hundley. And he will bring this back. It's a pick 6 and a Raven touchdown. Making back-to-back weeks now with a pick 6 for him. He had one a week ago.
Talk about being in the groove, and what are the odds of what we're seeing right here? You don't see it happen very often. Listen, if you get a pick 6 in a season, it's been a big year, let alone back-to-back weeks. I'll tell you this, I wouldn't play cards against this guy in the locker room.
That'll be taken in the end zone.
The Vikings take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. Typically down to the first half, I might say, oh, you at least need a field goal out of this drive, but they're down to the point where they need a touchdown, don't they?
Yeah, normally, you know me. You've been around me for a while now, right?
Unfortunately.
I'm sorry about that. But normally, I'm the one preaching patience.
Yeah.
You know, take your time. First half, you still got a chance. I think they're out of patience here. This has to be a drive that gets a touchdown. So if you're the play caller, you're going to that portion of the sheet that says big-time plays, specials, anything you can use to get yourself back into it.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
You got 3. Watch twist. Watch twist.
He'll look to throw. Open here, Adam Thielen. And a good job defensively. They stop him short of the first at the 32. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th.
They didn't get the first down, but I have to say I do like the call. I like what they were trying to do. Try and hit your receiver on the run and see if he can pick it up, keep it on his feet, get a little rack yardage.
Yeah, but a nice job defensively to get to him and keep him short of the first. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And the ledger for them so far looks pretty good, doesn't it?
It certainly does. Touchdown, touchdown, touchdown. Not sure it can be much better than that. They've got to feel very good about the groove that they're in at this stage of the game.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but if they make them out of bounds, that does you no good.
Watch the shift. Watch the
Jackson now on 2nd and 10. He's going deep for Brown. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
Oh, man, that was close. The opportunity to change momentum, big play, right in his hands, unable to come down with it.
A sigh of relief, no doubt, on offense that fell harmlessly to the ground. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions.
I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you.
From the gun, Jackson. And he comes back with one complete. Catch number 40 for him on the year. It's a first down. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
Eluding the pressure right. He's going deep for Brown. And this is taken in at the 5. A big play that time for the Ravens. 66 yards.
In our pregame meeting, all they talked about was keeping him hemmed in and wanting him to make his throws from the pocket because they knew he was pretty dangerous if he got outside, and he just showed it right there. Pretty good arm, too.
After the big play, a chance to finish now on 1st and goal. That's caught at the 3. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. A 1-yard touchdown reception as his guys continue to pour it on. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and the route is on here in this first half. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And last drive, 3 and out. Still a goose egg on the scoreboard. How do they break that goose egg?
They've got to find a way to get the ball in the hands of their playmakers, get them some space, and try and make a first down and get some momentum going. It's been a struggle for them throughout the game, and that 3 and out on the last possession, that told you just how stalled they are on offense.
So who will step up here? We'll see. The throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
The positioning here is key. As a defensive back, you're taught 99% of the time, make a play on the football. But in this case, making a play on the man was all the difference. That's what forced the incompletion.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. 2nd and 10. That's complete to the receiver, Thielen. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
In so many ways, throwing the hitch route is actually one of the safer things an offense can do. Get the ball out to the receiver as fast as possible, hope he's got man-to-man coverage, and hope that his athleticism wins on the perimeter.
He'll look to throw. Finding Gabriel complete. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens' 32-yard line.
Nice catch right there. Brings to mind the sentence, when in doubt, find your veterans.
He used to laugh back in the day when they would call guys like him crafty veterans. You get up in your 30s, you're still playing receiver, but you're around that long at that position, you're doing something right.
Just remember this. When he was young, he thought the crafty veteran was simply a guy who couldn't run anymore. Now he understands a little bit better.
A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. Here we go on 2nd and 12. And he's got his man on the out route. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
It's a gain of 5.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL.
Hey, no, switch the mic right here. We'll go mic 40, mic 40. Let's go, D. It's going to be a long day.
They'll set up a throw. And he's going to go down here, a sack. They push him back to the 34. And no matter what the situation, the O-line just hates that because they feel like they didn't protect little brother back there, right?
Man, that's just so difficult for them because just think about every single play. When you decide to throw the football, you're dealing with some of the best athletes on the planet. You talk about guys, if they weren't playing football, they'd be starring in the NBA at power forward. It's a really difficult task.
And this is good. He got just enough to clear the crossbar as he drops it in from long distance. And they'll get back 3, but this remains a large deficit. And that last field goal, number 400 for him in his NFL career. I don't know whether this will wind up a Hall of Fame career, but he's certainly been at the top of his profession for quite a while.
And that is without question, my man. One of the best kickers we've seen in the past decade or so. Big congratulations to him. Pretty nice round number.
And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would because if they were confident enough to do it on the last.
A 50-50 ball here, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 34. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost...
And that's caught inside the 35. It's a gain of 34.
That was an excellent read right there. Saw cover 1. That means it's just a single high safety. So you know if you throw the ball to the outside part of the field, help is going to be a little bit late getting there. And he puts one out there for a big-time completion.
They'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. 2nd down. Well, the incompletion, yes, but maybe here not the worst thing in the world?
No, not on 1st and 10. It actually gives them a chance to regroup, relax just a little bit. They huddle up, talk it over. Then they get a chance to continue their drive.
55, Mike 55. Hey, eat.
On 2nd and 10. Hunglick, that one into the hands of Thielen, complete. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had a big play to start the drive. Not much sense.
Hassan. Mike, 55. Right there in the middle, 55.
Back to throw. And he's going to be taken down here. A sack back at the 32. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. And this one is right down Broadway. And that will knock this down to still a very large 29-point deficit. No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. You've got under a minute to go here until halftime. You got the good-sized lead. No need to do anything crazy.
No, there really is no need to do anything crazy. The smart play, go ahead and take your lead into the locker room and then try and add to it in the second half. But there's a part of me that looks at this and says, first half going my way, I have a little...
He's got it at the 15. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Hollywood Marquise Brown with touchdown number 12 on the year as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. Tucker with the extra point, and the route is on here in this first half. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. This is taken about 7 yards deep.
The Vikings take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And you're under a minute to go in the half, a first half that hasn't been particularly kind to you. How do you think they'll play this?
Well, I think the smart approach is to run out the clock, lick your wounds at the half, and see if you can come up with a strategy to play better in the second. But there's also something to challenging your offense right here. You know, hey, guys, you help dig this hole. See if you can get us out of it a little bit before the half runs out. Let's go make some plays.
To throw again on second down. Hundley tried to drop one in, but it's incomplete. He was trying to hit Taylor Gabriel that time, and it's third down.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
Now the throw on third down, knocked away and incomplete. And the penalty makes this a much more manageable third down, 3rd and 2. They'll set up to throw. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. The Vikings going to use their third and final timeout as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1.
55. Watch the pass. Watch the pass. Check that.
Now Hundley. And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
So that'll back them up 5.
Get ready. Get ready. Get ready.
Now they need 15 yards on this series after the delay of game. 1st and 15. Operating from the gun, Jackson. Going to throw right side here, complete. Ravens going to use their third and final timeout as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. Without the previous penalty, that would have been a first down. Instead, it's just a gain of 10.
Combo. I got him. Mike 3. Therapy after this. Hey, alert 3.
Throwing again on second down. Jackson, pressure, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back right around the 44. Daniil Hunter in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. So we've reached halftime here in what is quickly turning into quite a rout. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Ravens ready to receive it, and they've got the lead as well as we resume play in the second half. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
At their own 22-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They had a big first half. Now they have a chance to add to that lead here in the opening possession of the second half.
And everyone always asks about halftime adjustments, kind of the key phrase. What did you do at halftime? Well, the way they ran offense in the first half, I think they were very calm, congratulatory, but also what they were saying is don't expect them to be the same on defense. They'll be the ones making the adjustments. Let's see what they do, and we'll attack accordingly.
And we'll see how they attack here. So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. To throw is Jackson. Going to throw again. Oh, and this ball's tipped and intercepted. Picked off near the 44. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
At the Ravens' 40-yard line.
And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game.
29 is the Mike. Mike 29. Let's go, D. Big series right here. We got to step it up. 29 is
Throwing, Hundley. He's going to float this one deep right side. Well, the two men come together, and it's incomplete. Excellent work defensively. Brings up 4th down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man on man. And you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
Officially just 27 yards there on the punt. And the Ravens will get it. 1st and 10 from deep in their own territory. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that...
Now the pressure comes, and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. Daniil Hunter has now recorded 10 sacks on the season. So following the sack, they'll try to change their fortune here on 2nd and 13.
Check me out. Hey, Hayward. Chance. Kill.
Here's Jackson to throw. They'll roll him out right. Now he'll let it go deep right side. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. And Charles, got to like what this defense has been able to do these last couple of plays.
Yeah, they get the sack on 1st down, then they force the incomplete pass. Now they're just a play away from getting the football right back, but it's a big play. They've got to hold up.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. They snap it at 1. Now it's Jackson. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off at the 23.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down. Once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10.
Check 13. Go. 13. Ball trot.
They'll look to throw here. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Tavon Young. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Count them now, 6 interceptions between last week and this week. Now, the 3 picks last week helped them to a win. They're in the driver's seat once more.
And they're the ones that are doing all the leading, aren't they? Right? The 3 interceptions last week, that led to a victory. 3 interceptions so far in this game, that has them out in front. We often think of the offense driving things. In this case, it's the defense, not just holding teams, but creating big plays for themselves.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. Everson Griffin able to get in there and run him down for what's going to be a loss of 15 yards all told. After the sack, they're staring at a challenge basically from the other side of town. It's 2nd and a country mile. Jackson. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to him? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
No.
He may try and run for this. And he takes it all the way down to the 32. A big-time gain there on the keeper, using his legs to hurt him. First down. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter.
Let's put him on the buses. Let's put that team on the bus. Hatchet. Rotate. Spell. Zoom. 0-0, Mike free. Watch the run. Hey, check 24. Check nickel. Kill.
Here's Jackson. Flushed out right. Now he's going to let it go deep. And this is caught. That goes for a gain of 31. The previous play, big on the ground. That one big through the air. Things have jumped up quickly.
Certainly appears that whatever their thought process is on the defensive side of the ball, they're one play behind. Loaded up for the pass, they hit them with the run. Load up for the run, they hit them with the pass.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Marquise Brown, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon as his guys continue to pour it on. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and the lead will swell by 1 more. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. That's fielded in the end zone. And he nearly broke that for more, but as it is, they'll start this drive at about the 37-yard line.
At their own 37-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. They are right now just ice cold. I mean, they have struggled big time in this game, and they're getting blown out. How do they adjust?
So tough because we always talk about it being a team game, and you need all 11 working well together. But every now and then, partner, you need that one guy who can make a play against all odds that maybe can ignite things. And I think that's what they're looking for right now.
Yeah, you talk about going to your playmakers. They probably need to do it.
Find someone that you're used to touching the football that makes big plays and give them that opportunity to maybe wake up everyone else.
In on the stop, it was Travarius Moore.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
Go to base. 29. Hey, pick your game up. 22, jet cover. 22, jet cover.
To throw on 2nd and 6. Hundley. And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Yeah, let's get a sack lunch.
They're going to look to throw. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off near the 34. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, in fact, you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
Still third quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 32-yard line. And we return, welcoming you back to Minneapolis. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the fourth quarter. A very one-sided affair.
He's checking. Crash.
Play action. Now Jackson. He'll buy some time right. He'll run it. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be second and a couple. Charles, you said earlier this defense is probably going to need to hold these guys right around 20 or under that if they were going to have a chance. It was evident pretty early on that wasn't going to happen.
Yeah, they left 20 behind a long time ago in this game, didn't they? It looks like they're headed towards a big number. But 20 was the threshold because that kept them in the ball game and kept the pressure off of their own offense.
It's going to be a long day. It's going to be a long football.
And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stay home, and they'll stop him behind the line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up third down. The Ravens on third down. They've been near perfect, 4 for 5 to this point. This time it's 3rd and 3.
Wide, get wide. Go. Motion, I got one.
This time Jackson will throw it. And he's got his man, Marquise Brown. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. That'll put him over 150 yards receiving now. Quite a ball game and a first down.
Let's go. 60 out low. Combo. No gain on this defense. No gain.
Throwing on first down, it's Jackson. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. They're still throwing the football here. Now, obviously, the incompletion stops the clock. That's the bad thing.
Feels to me like they're just keeping them honest on defense because you know they're going to stack the line of scrimmage and try and stop any type of a running play. Short little passes may work in exchange of running plays. Keep the clock moving, keep them moving.
I guess you're right. If they can get some first downs, just as good as running the football. Now a second down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete. The Ravens on third down. They have been superb. 5 for 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 10.
Hey, it's our house. Look small. Kill. Turn up. Kill. Turn up. Mike 3. Quit talking about it.
To throw again is Jackson. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender is making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything to warrant a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on fourth.
Combo. Switch.
They'll try and throw for it with Jackson. That is caught at the 7. The Ravens go for it but come up empty. And the Vikings defense is going to get the football back. So they were really trying to put the nail in the coffin there already with this lead here in the fourth, but they didn't get it.
Guaranteed it's not going to be a fun handshake in the postgame, right? You just know that there's going to be some bad blood there. And I know if we go to the postgame press conferences, the winning coach, you know what he's going to say, why he did it? We need the points, okay? Because you never know at the end of the year if points are going to come into the tiebreaker if we're trying to get into the playoffs. That's always the standard justification.
And able to get it across the 20 before they get to him. 10 yards, and it's good for a Viking first down.
55.
They'll look to throw now on first down. Throw left side on target to Thielen. It's another 10 yards on that one and another first down. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is, because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
Looking to throw again on second down. Hundley nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Jalen Ferguson leading the surge there as he drops him for a loss of 6.
Check 55 to Mike. Check 55 to Mike. It's a party. It's a party now. Alert 3. Shut up.
He'll drop to throw. And now here is another interception. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. And he will bring this back. It's a pick 6 and a Raven touchdown. That's the story of the game. They've been suffocating all game long on defense. They were suffocating there again in a big way.
And they've done it not just by out-athleting them, which is often the case, but by being able to adjust to anything they tried to throw at them and beating them to the punch each and every time. This was a defense that was well prepared.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Jalen Ferguson able to record his 5th sack of the season. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a second down and 17. They'll drop to throw. And he's going to go down. Back at his own 5-yard line, it's a sack. Jalen Ferguson in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Completes it to the tight end, Kittle. It'll be a pickup of 16, but they'll remain short of the marker, and it's 4th down.
I don't know how many times, not just in my playing career, but you and I working together, have we ever heard a coach say, you know, I just don't have that play on my call sheet. And that's really what we had here. That was a big hole they were trying to get out of.
Yeah, big gain, still a ways to go, though. He'll have a first down inside the 10. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. And for them, this train, it just keeps rolling, doesn't it? Well on their way to yet another victory.
Yeah, it's almost a runaway, isn't it? And you just wonder how anyone could stop this. They got full momentum going, full confidence going. But it's not just their own confidence that is leading them. It's the lack of confidence against their opponents now because they see them coming and think, we've got no shot to beat this team.
And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line.
The Vikings take over first and 10 at their own 17-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message.
And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. And he's going to return it to the 21-yard line. And that gives him now 3 interceptions in the game.
Well, someone's locked into what they're trying to get done in the passing game. When was the last time we had someone get 3 in a contest?
2011, wasn't it? Kurt Coleman?
Oh, yeah, that's
then
right.
with the Eagles?
That's right. Then with the Eagles, and I believe it's against Washington and Rex Grossman.
That's correct. Jackson fakes the give and keeps it. Jackson going to get this out to Brown. No gain there on the completion. 2nd and 10.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. And despite the late lead, Jackson to throw. Forced out to his left. And he just chucked that one out of bounds, out of everyone's reach. Maybe a wise call not to take a sack in this part of the field. It brings up 3rd down. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. From the gun, Jackson. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. The coverage good that time by Kendall Fuller.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
Watch the screen, watch the screen.
He can run for it, and he will. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. Now a final chance to stop it here as a timeout comes in with 10 seconds left in the game. Well, they probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on 1st and goal.
Check, check, check.
And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. I tell you, Charles, you play to the final whistle, I get that, but there are a few folks that might not be too happy with that score late in the game with it already well in hand.
You seem a little squeamish about that last score.
I struggle with it. I struggle. But on the other, the argument, I get it, on the other side is, hey, do something about it. Stop them.
Now, I guarantee you, I know who was really excited. Fantasy owners who had them. Hey, listen, get the points for me. They're not worried about hurt feelings or anything like that. That's just new age stuff.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest,
don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Yeah, use that as ammo going forward.
Exactly. Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today. Coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never forget it, because
you're not going to want that feeling again.
No, you don't want that feeling again. And who knows? You may meet up with this team again.
A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points. Allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for Baltimore, they improved to 5-0 now on the young season. And they'll get another road test next week as they head to Oakland to